Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's the show that happens twice a week, where we're recording early. This is an all-calls episode.
I'm at Dragoncon right now.
Especially for Dragon. Yes, we're listening to this. Dave is at Dragoncon, and I'm at work.
Oh, I'm hopefully having a better time than you, but I'm not positive.
I'll be making mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
As will I, as I volunteered to do at Dragoncon this year.
Are you going to the mashed potato macaroni and cheese room?
You mean Dave's thing?
Are you doing the panel with macaroni?
How cool would it be? We should go one year and have a macaroni and cheese panel. Just a panel where it's just like people.
Are you guys doing TADPOG? No. Macaroni, all sorts of macaroni.
We just made a bunch of it.
And for transparency, I'm on my second giant LIT.
We all knew. All of us knew.
I'm feeling a little warm. I haven't eaten today, so I'm feeling a little warm and fuzzy. I did just have a Pop-Tart. So.
You looked at me like I was going to call you out.
Dave, I just had Pop-Tart.
Motherfucker, I saw you eat that Pop-Tart.
Don't tell anybody.
By the way, I did not see you eat that Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I did it when you were taking a shit.
Which we all...
Dave's taking a shit. I should hide my shame and eat this unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tart.
I had my own shame because we are... witnessing the aftermath of my shit that I took.
I don't smell it now.
I still do.
What kind of Pop-Tarts did your mom buy growing up?
Strawberry.
Frosted or unfrosted?
Oh, frosted.
See, my mom bought unfrosted.
Why?
So I don't know. She didn't like a lot of things now. I like unfrosted Pop-Tarts, unfrosted strawberry. I'm okay. I think they're just as good as frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. But I rebel against my childhood because my parents exclusively bought smooth peanut butter. And now all I want is crunchy. I don't give a fuck about smooth anymore.
On everything?
I just want, crunchy peanut butter.
I like crunchy, but I don't like it on certain things. Like I don't like it on a peanut butter sandwich. I want smooth on a peanut, because what happens is when I spread crunchy on bread, it just fucking tears that bread.
That's true.
I know. I'm like the guy in black and white in an infomercial. Like a big red X comes over me when I try to spread peanut butter on bread. I know the lesson in that is buy better bread.
No, the 35 calorie paper thin bread.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
You know what we eat the same bread. Yep.
So because of DragonCon, this is going to be an all-call show, which Dave and I, it's our favorite. It's our favorite thing.
And I want to give a shout out to Cody, who is like just holding on, waiting for that Shadowrun episode. Like, I mean, like every time.
Cody Stinson, not Doppelganger Cody.
Not Doppelganger Cody. Every time we make an episode post, he comments, Shadowrun, I'm waiting. I know. Trust me, man, if like the cons hadn't like coalesced in the way that they have, we would totally be on Shadowrun right now.
Yeah.
But I got these cons to go to, dog.
Yeah, and we want to take our time with that because we love the original. We love the original Shadowrun, the new Shadowrun games.
Right.
Like we want to take our time and enjoy this game.
And I know Cody mentioned also it being a two-parter. Yes, we do plan on that being a two-parter, the Shadowrun Genesis game, and possibly. I don't know if I've had the time to work it in, but I'd like to do another one of the Shadowrun Returns games.
Oh, I would love that. Do Shadowrun Hong Kong? Love it.
I would like to do that.
Because I know Shadowrun, Hong Kong is in the same timeline. Boston Lockdown was like a different company.
Right.
I mean, I've got both, so I'm fine with doing both.
I don't have Boston Lockdown.
I don't remember a lot of Steam games that I've been bought, but I do remember Paul Cool bought me Shadowrun Hong Kong. So thank you for that, Paul Cool. Because I remember he bought me that, and it wasn't out yet. And I was so excited when it finally unlocked and I could download it and then promptly not play it until now, until we're going to do for the show.
Like almost anytime I get a gift now on Steam. Like I got one from Chandra a while back, and I think I replied back, hey, thanks for this game that I'm not going to play for 2 years at least.
Sean Miller sent me a text. I miss Sean Miller. I just texted him saying, "Hey, I miss you, bro." And now he's texting me back. So I'm gonna tell him where I live. That's how long it's been since I've talked to Sean Miller. He doesn't know where I live anymore.
He's coming back on the show, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and work that out.
Is that what's going on right now? You want to call him? You want to patch him through?
That would be pretty good.
It isn't all calls, and that's technically a call.
That's true.
I mean, right now it's a text.
Because I get the feeling he might be drunk too. Like that good Wednesday drunk.
I'm jealous. I'm not going to work tomorrow, and I'm not drunk.
I'm getting sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting sweaty.
Well, the air's not on, is it?
I should turn the air off.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not because of your drinking.
No. Well, I mean, I do get the alcohol hots.
Do you? Well, everyone does, I think.
Yeah. Because I've never I'm still not in Pokemon Snap territory, but that is absolutely the most I've ever been. Like,
oh, man, you were really drunk.
Was I?
Yeah.
Because I remember things being swimmy, but
do you remember anything you said on that episode?
I do. I mean, thinking back on it, once I have to focus on it, I do remember. But also, I guess I felt like, okay, I'm coherent enough.
Let's go listen to that episode.
Okay.
Sometimes I listen to that episode when I want to remember how drunk you were, and it's like, wow, man, he was super drunk.
So then that would absolutely be the first time I'd ever gotten drunk then. Because I don't feel like I'm that drunk, but I guess I didn't know. So if I was, then it's documented the first time I ever did.
You were, trust me.
Yeah, Everclear and that BAI 0-calorie beverage mixed together. I think I had the coconut nut, so I couldn't taste it. So
I'll have a link to the Pokemon Snap episode in the show notes. It's on SoundCloud. Look it up.
Oh,
You're Tyler.
Yep, I'm your beard host, Tyler. There's my story.
We had banter. We're good. We're covered.
Yeah, we're good. We can take calls now.
I'm your bespectacled host, Dave. Let's take some fucking calls.
God, I love calls.
I do too.
I love these episodes.
I do too.
So much. God, I would just do a spin-off podcast of just calls.
I would too. I guess we just both committed to that.
Let us know if you want that. Call in 100 times.
I am okay. So I don't know that I want to actually reveal this, but I've actually been thinking about maybe setting up some kind of Discord channel or something that we could actually have going for episodes where we could patch somebody in if they called, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Here is our first call. It looks like this is from St. Zach, who's been messaging me recently. I'm always glad to hear from him.
TADPOG Nation, St. Zach here. I was just listening to the DuckTales episode.
Woo!
Said you were pretty big.
I didn't know what he said until he made that noise.
Tyler and Josh, pretty big, even bigger than you on Samurai Jack. You left out the #1 super fan of Samurai Jack. That would be me. I've watched and rewatched all of the episodes that are out. And Kennedy Tarkovsky, or however you pronounce his name. I watched all his other shit, but Samurai Jack is one of the best animation stories of all time. Now, I don't know if you remember, but way back on Adult Swim's website, you could play a Samurai Jack game to build up all the way through his training, and then it became a 2D side-scroller in which you had to defeat Aku. If you never played this, maybe look up some YouTube videos and chat about it a bit. But it was pretty well put together for the era of old IBM school computers and whatnot. But anyway, I'm in traffic now, driving to my new home, far, far away from Kentucky. But sad day. Anyway, great seeing you guys the other night, and may Lord bless.
Well, congrats on the house.
Yep.
First and foremost. Second of all, I never really got into Samurai Jack. Did you?
A little bit. I just remember I watched it some. I really enjoyed what I watched. It's a good show. I just remember very vividly Josh really hanging on to that episode with the Scotsman.
Right.
What's so special about that sword? Magic runes. I'm not sure if I'm Scottish, Irish, or Welsh. I know it's somewhere in my lineage.
Well, I mean, the Holland part, that part is pretty, that side of your family, that's pretty set in stone, right?
I don't know.
The other part, however.
Because I know my mom's side
If they're not from Holland, then you're a bunch of fucking liars. That's what I'm saying.
My grandmother was a quarter Cherokee. I know that much. So on my mom's side, on the Stringer side of my family.
Whoa, giving out some personal deets.
Yeah.
Mind sharing your social with us real quick? Where did your parents first meet? Let's ask all your security questions.
Oh, my parents did actually first meet at a place in downtown Paducah called Finkel's.
Oh, that's how you're familiar with Finkel's.
Yep.
That's a Pokestop, or near a Pokestop.
Yep, near a bunch of Pokestops. It used to be a clothing store where my mom worked when she met my dad.
Oh, she worked there?
Uh-huh.
And your dad came in to buy
Pants. Yeah, my grandma also used to work there.
Yeah.
Because they originally just did women's clothing. Once they started doing men's clothing, he made her quit because she had to sew the inseam in men's pants.
But he bought pants there.
My grandpa.
Oh, okay, your grandpa did.
My
Okay,
dad,
I
though,
gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Well, that makes sense. That seems like a grandpa thing.
A dick was there. You're not touching that.
Right.
Yeah. Although my grandpa did recently have an art expo in Benton as their featured artist. I saw because like whatever his personal issues were, he was a really good painter.
I see. Who is this?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather's a painter. Okay, I got you.
Neil Holland.
Is that I've seen some paintings up in your house?
I've got one original that I framed in the house. Because he's the one who came up, because I'm from Marshall County, Kentucky.
Right.
Whenever it was time to decide their mascot, he was the one that won the idea and the design of the Marshall County Marshal.
Are you serious?
Very imaginative. Yeah.
That's him.
Yep.
That's
him.
his thing.
He drew that and
Really?
designed it. And yep.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And up in the courthouse in Benton, they have a lot of his paintings. One about all the things about Marshall County that's in the courthouse somewhere.
So if he did that, I'm no judge, but I would say you're welcome to have anything you wanted in the school.
Yeah, so when I went to jail for accepting stolen goods from the school, I should have been like, "Oh no, you're fine. You're fine."
Did you mention that?
I should have.
You should have. I'm serious. Because I know how that county works.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you know somebody who did something? All right, here you go. You're fine.
My home county, as opposed to all the surrounding counties, not nearly as bad. Like Marshall County is straight up good old boy justice system, 100%.
All right, you want to take another call?
Yeah. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
I need to text Zach. I haven't spoken to Zach since we met him at
Since we met him,
that beer
hard
place.
Stop.
Since we met Zach, I was like, okay, that's enough.
Looks like Zach calls back a couple times, so here we go.
Let's do it to it.
Hopefully, we've got a better phone connection with him this time. Let's see.
TADPOG Nation, St. Zach again.
It's still bad.
Still driving, going to my new home, and listening to your second longest episode ever with Ian and Brandon. Good to hear Brandon again. Missed that fucker. But talking about your douchebag fuel, and I'm sitting here with like 6 empty Monster cans in the car because, well, they keep you awake.
Rolling 6 deep.
And I'm reminded of a little tale that my wife, my beautiful wife, informed me of at work.
I love it when he talks about me like that.
And so this guy that she worked with had a tattoo that he liked to show off around the office because, I mean, untucked shirts in a physical environment of lifting things, people noticed that he had a douchebag fuel tattoo in his happy trail area. So I'll be quiet for about 10 seconds to let you discuss what you think that tattoo implied.
Now, the Happy Trail area, Trail area, I think, is either the most attractive or least attractive part of a man's body.
That is a brave part of your body to choose to like, yeah, I'm going to brand this. That there's no way that's going to be, I mean, there's no way that's going to look good forever.
Let me tell you something about, okay, that area on me.
Tell me.
All right.
Tell me about that area.
This is a weird thing. I don't know if it's a thing. It's what I've always sort of thought. Okay.
All right.
I was a chubby kid.
Now,
growing up.
Let's define the Happy Trail area. That is the area from the belly button south to the shaft,
to the pole.
Correct?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And because I remember chubby kid growing up, so I feel like my pants were always tight, despite my mother buying me husky pants. So I feel like because my pants were so tight
They were
and I was
pants for
overweight as a
huskies.
kid. Yep. I wore dog pants.
Right, it's fine. Everyone call me Dog Pant Boy. It's
Because
not a
no
big deal.
matter how thin I get at whenever I was working out hardcore and I had dropped down to 145 pounds, I feel like I could feel my stomach, and there's a muscular difference between my belly button stomach area and what would be my pubis area. And I could feel like a dip in the muscle. And I wonder if my pants were so tight for so long as a kid that my muscle just, grew over the edge of my pants.
I don't think so. I think that's a good question, though. You're saying your body might have been, well, maybe it was.
Because
Maybe
it was constrained by the pants, so it just nature always finds a way. Life finds a way.
Are you familiar with waistband erosion? You laugh, but it's a real thing.
Man, 'cause I could feel now, and I can feel the difference. Like there is like a 1/4 inch difference between where I wear my pants and my stomach, and I can feel the muscle there and feel it like a continental shelf dip.
Can I tell, since we're talking about stomachs, can I tell you how absolutely frustrating it is I weigh 150 pounds. I lost about 40 pounds, since we probably started this thing. Actually, I was kind of skinny when we started this thing, and then I got fat again, and then I lost
Fat
weight.
being a relative term, but
For me, that's
For you.
For me, that's very. That was like very.
because there are pictures of you in your house where it is like, oh, like now I notice.
Oh yeah. Oh, like my wedding pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And there's like a picture of you and like you're wearing like a blazer and a t-shirt and some kind of picture in your house. I remember like, oh, Dave does look different than he looks in this picture.
Yeah, and that was the day before my wedding.
But I would never have described you as fat.
Well, I'm able to conceal it well.
Husky
a husky man, a stout gentleman. I also, I didn't wear husky pants. I exclusively wore corgi pants. I'm now down to 150 pounds. However, I still have like fat that I can like pinch and grab, and it's like, yep, that is fat.
Yeah. Well, but that's skin though, right?
I don't know. I think it's. Do you think this is skin? I can show you.
I bet it.
Is that skin?
I think that's the way you're pulling it and it's loose.
But look at that. Look at that jiggle.
I think that is mostly that's just skin.
There's a lot of jiggle there.
You
though.
lost a lot of weight pretty quickly, so I think
like
that's
7
just
months,
skin.
Yeah.
Being in your 30s and losing weight that fast, your skin doesn't.
But it's not all saggy. I would think if it was skin, it would be saggy. That's fat. That's like a layer of
I think
fat.
that's some fat because that is where men store fat first. But I think that's also a little bit of loose skin.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of both.
Well, I gotta get my skin tightened.
Yep.
I need to go into the shop.
That's a thing.
I know it is. Trust me, as a graphic designer, I've seen plenty of shitty ads.
They just gather up your skin and then use a binder clip behind your back to hold it back.
Like you're set up for a photo shoot.
I did, yeah. I remember seeing that as like a photo shoot, like, and then like all these perfectly fitting model clothes, and then you show the back of them, and it's all just binder clips.
Yeah. Man, those photographs are horrifying. Like, have you seen like those ads, right? Where it's like before and after. Like the after still doesn't look great on those. So it's always like it's almost to the point where it's like, hey, do you want to lose a bunch of weight? Fucking don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
A skill I would like to acquire is to be able to tailor my own clothes. Nicole and I have talked about this. Like we both wanted to learn how to sew and tailor our own clothes because like my body type is definitely not quote unquote off the rack.
Right.
Like most people. Hey Zach, remember that time you called us about somebody wanting to suck your dick in a gas station? You were pretty uncomfortable because it was probably a dude.
Probably.
Probably been a good blowjob though.
Might have been.
Amy, are you listening?
No.
One time, Zach. Yeah, if you were, you're not anymore.
No,
Zach,
no.
Zach paused that shit.
Hey, you know that episode where Tyler and Dave talked about the difference between skin and fat for 5 minutes? Tune in, sweetheart. Listen to this.
All calls between skin and fat.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's another call from Zach. Thank you for calling, Zach. This looks like the last of his trio. Hold on.
Okay.
Before we get into it, I have to read the Google Translate. Tyler, it's me, Sex.
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Tyler, it's me, Zach.
I hear you.
I don't think Jacob was that mean about it,
You're wrong.
but I believe I remember the time that you're talking about, and I don't think we were going to Atlanta.
Probably.
Context, Zach.
Yeah,
We need context.
No clue.
Do you have any?
You know the Tadpog timeline is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I never remember being in a car with you and Jacob and going to Atlanta. But
Oh, the spoon story.
The spoon story?
Yeah, it's where Zach was asking Jacob questions about acting, and Jacob got very perturbed at what he thought was a very stupid question. And he was like, Zach, that is like comparing sandwiches and spoons.
Right, okay, I remember that
It's
now.
somewhat similar. You can see where they relate to each other, but they really don't.
think what I
Zach's an actor now, by the way. We haven't mentioned that yet on the show, but Zach's an actor.
That
now.
is how Jacob got the military to stop calling him. Because when you graduate high school, they're all calling you like, what do you want to do with your life? We can help you out.
Right.
Like someone called Jacob, what do you want to do? I want to be an actor. Have a good day, sir.
I feel like that was a bad recruit, because if I were that recruiter, I'd be like, oh, like Dick Van Dyke. He served for years. And come on, we got a program for you.
What is the entertainment? Something SO, ESO,
I can't
ASO?
remember. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like I don't know, Spirit Team.
Entertainment Special Officers, ESO? Yeah, I think that's it. Entertainment Special
probably
Officers.
it. We're going with that.
Don't let us know.
Yeah, no, we don't need it. Let's go ahead and get in front of that. Please don't correct us.
if you think we're serious, it's a bit.
Right, we're just joking.
Yeah, we're totally, we know we're just making
Yeah.
jokes.
Anytime you're listening to us and you're like, man, those guys are fucking dumb. It's a bit.
It's a joke.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
no.
It's a
We
bit.
wrote this.
Yeah.
Planned it out ahead of time.
Scripted out. Tyler's got a giant whiteboard on his wall. We could go over and mark off ESO joke.
So as I'm talking, I just write ESO joke question mark and
and
Dave
I'm
just
nod.
nods at
Yeah,
me.
let's do it. It's time. The time is right.
Because we totally know, ha 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 ha.
And he's even got like Dick Van Dyke written there, and it's like a line drawn
A
to
little
it.
sketch.
Man, we like playing this way out.
Yeah, almost every word we're very good. Like our Tadpog scripts are
Yeah.
400
Oh,
pages
God.
long per episode.
That's Patreon money. All goes to reams of paper
Yeah.
and whiteboard.
We put
whiteboard
Gilmore
markers.
Girls to shame
Yeah,
when it
absolutely.
comes to script length.
Yeah. We're more like West Wing, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true. We do a lot of what you don't see is we do a lot of hall shots.
Yeah,
We're
we
walking
walk.
in the hall.
We walk as we record
This whole show is
we're
walking
just
down
walking.
halls.
We got to hatch those eggs in Pokemon Go. I mean, so we changed the show so that we could accommodate our new
We're
lifestyle.
like Mace and Puff Daddy. We can't stop. We don't stop.
Well, man, you could erase that one off the whiteboard too.
Mace joke. Waiting for the perfect time.
There's D&D question mark after that.
We'll get there.
All right, here we go. Here's the rest of Zach's call. Sorry, Zach. Spoon, sandwiches, go.
Jacob was the difference between method acting and character acting. We were driving around Murray somewhere.
No, we were in Atlanta. We were in a parking garage.
The call-ins. Sorry, Zach, it wasn't meant to be. And he doesn't call back. I have spoken to him since, so I know that he arrived at his destination, not his final destination. All right, here we go. Thanks, Zach. Sorry you got cut off, man. Moving on. Here is a text message from 520. This is Jack of Ziggy Moon's Mike H, who says, well, since I've been drinking tonight, thought I'd ask you guys, being from whiskey country, what's your drink of choice?
Bourbon country.
Yeah, Tennessee's whiskey.
Yep.
Thanks, Mike H, the bloody-handed otaku, who then immediately texted back, Jack of Ziggy Moon's Mike H.
Because I don't like the taste of alcohol, so I'm okay with if it's a strong juice and Everclear. And then today, I've been having an affinity for LITs because, so if you hear my glass sit down, the clink of ice, that's what I'm doing.
That's we like it. That's atmospheric. It's almost like we're doing a live
It's like
walking performance.
episode of Madmen.
Mad Men meets West Wing is what we do. That's what we strive for every episode. It's on our mission statement.
So when you see that bottle of Campbell's, you know, that's home. When you see that, you know that's comfort.
Is that a Mad Men thing?
It's something like that. I still need to watch the final season of Mad Men. I do really like it. It's one of those shows that, like, you have to tough through the first few episodes and then you get into it. I need to watch House of Cards because I hear House of Cards is like that, but it's really good.
I need to watch an episode of Mad Men. I kind of get tired of people, like, when I tell them what I do for work. I'm a graphic designer. Like, I got really tired for this period of time where, like, oh, so you're like Mad Men.
That's exactly what you're like. That's what I tell everybody. No. Dave's like Mad Men.
Well, that explains why you stopped calling me Dave and you introduced me as Mad Men.
This is
my friend Madmen.
Madmen.
Oh, have you guys known each other long?
Dave Madmen.
Yeah, me and Madmen go way back.
I think you would like it. I think you would appreciate because God, this is weird. Banana Republic has a Mad Men line of clothes that I want so fucking badly.
Well, go get it.
God, they're so expensive.
You only live once. Go get it.
They're so expensive.
Go get it. If you're listening to this and you want Tyler to get the Mad Men clothes,
doing it on Patreon.
We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/TADPOG. He will wear it to our photo shoot that we go and bring our waifu pillows.
You know our P.O. box. Go ahead and send them. Banana Republic gift cards.
Yeah.
We'll buy very nice Mad Men edition suits.
Right.
And then go have our waifu pillows pictures taken at Sears.
I do want a captain's hat. So if anyone wants to send a captain's hat, I will wear that. I said it to Nikki the other night. She was like Captain and Tennille? And I was like, I don't know who that is.
I only vaguely know who that is through references on like TV.
My wife is 70. I don't know if I've mentioned that to anybody.
She is 70.
But she's 70. Well, I'm sorry. I'm being rude. She's 50. I also, since that text message was from our bloody-handed otaku, I can't remember if I mentioned this on the show or not, but he emailed me, and he says that he was debating to tell us, but since he already said that he would get them, it doesn't matter. He just got the shipping notification on the waifus. They should be to us in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
Or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 weeks to his house. Also, he figured he'd ask us if we are interested in trying the other sauces from Poblanos.
Yes.
And the answer to that is a very, very much yes.
God, yes.
Madman says yes.
Yeah.
Tyler says yes. Madman says yes.
Dry Tubs and Mad Men, yes.
Dry Tubs, man. I love that name. All right. So, okay, thanks for the text message. Thanks for the...
What is your drink of choice?
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. 100% rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke Zero?
Yes. Which, honestly, I use a lot of rum, so it really doesn't... it kind of doesn't matter if it's rum and Coke, or if it's like Coke Zero or regular Coke or Diet Coke. Just as long as there's rum in there.
So I feel like I should applaud my my local liquor store, Roof Brothers, because I wanted to make an LIT. So I went through, and what would have cost me like $50 because I bought a bottle of each of the alcohol to make an LIT. And then when I went to the counter, the cashier was like, "Oh no, we sell that in like a bottle already for like much cheaper." So I was like, "Oh, $10 compared to $50? All right, let's do that."
Were you like...
You think I am, bitch? I got a jigger and everything ready. I'm ready to mix a drink.
You don't want the upsale? I'm guessing you don't work on commission. You're not a regular madman.
Yeah. Although, granted, her saying that to me made me go into Roof Brothers as opposed to the other liquor store.
Right, sure.
From that point on.
It's like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yep.
You know what I think? I think she was Santa Claus.
Yeah, she did. She did have an appearance similar to Santa Claus. Santa Claus in a tank top and no beard.
That's the second chapter of my biography. Santa Claus in a tank top. Here we go. Here is another call. This is from 402. Volume is set at St. Zach level, so this might get crazy.
Hey, it's my little tadpogs. It's your buddy Ryan, Master of Coin.
Ryan, you sound good.
Walters.
You sound good, my man. Bringing it. Holy shit.
Ryan Walters, calling to say hi and let you know that today I ate one too many discount hot dogs.
Ooh.
And man, I'm not feeling so good.
Ooh.
So I don't know why when I don't feel good and I feel like I'm on the brink of death, I call.
Makes you feel better. It's all right.
Normally I'm drunk, and I
That's fine, too.
lead things to you in a unofficial will capacity. I'm not going to do that tonight, but man, I'm just not feeling so good. I feel the way that Dave probably felt after he ate the black French fry.
Oh, man. The legendary.
The chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A in the Tyler Holland D&D Chick-fil-A extravaganza.
It's two deep cuts. It's
So
two
I
Dave
guess
deep cuts.
my question, the reason
You know
why
a lot
I'm
about me,
calling,
Ryan.
We've heard about Dave's food binges.
Please, Madmen.
I'd like to hear a story from Iron Man Tyler Holland and that iron stomach he has. Can you tell us, Tyler, about a time that you ate something you absolutely regretted later and paid for it with hours either on the toilet or in pain? I do believe there was a pooping story once that we heard, but maybe you got something else. All right, thanks so much.
Tyler, tell us about every day of your life where you have just diarrhea.
To borrow a line from Louis C.K., every time I use the bathroom, it's an emergency. I have, whenever I don't have diarrhea, that's the surprise. It's like, oh, wow, solid.
Do you have, this is like a for real, do you have IBS, do you think?
When I was in college, I was having a lot of stomach pain, and I went and had a colonoscopy, which is awful. And they told me that they couldn't quite get deep enough to really explore what they thought was going on.
Yikes. That's what you want a doctor to say.
Yeah. But they thought I had a very mild version of Crohn's disease. So.
Clown's disease?
Clown's disease. I like to kill kids and drag them into the sewer. Otherwise known as Pennywise syndrome.
Yeah, right. Otherwise known as being
clowns in bozo. I set up balls of popcorn for kids to throw ping pong balls into them. Then I fucking murder the shit out of them.
Talking about how no one can find the end of your colon.
So that's and I was given a prescription that I took for 6 months, and the pain has not come back. But yeah, I have issues with that. And I had my gallbladder taken out a few years ago.
Right.
And whenever I was tested for that, they were like, "Oh, it's functioning at 4%." And I was told, "Oh, this should help some issues that you had." Nothing. I feel no different with or without a gallbladder.
I don't know
0%.
why they would think that, because it's like, oh, you'll feel better because we're going to go from 4% to 0%.
0%.
I'm sure you'll notice a huge difference.
Your body will fix that shit. You can do a workaround.
I think they had a meeting before they went in to tell you, where they're like, do you think this man understands what percentages are? No.
Clearly he does not. He does not get it.
Not a chance.
Because Kyle Searles of Zombies Ate My Neighbor fame, also, he had his gallbladder out about 6 months before I did. And he was like, oh, man, you're going to lose so much weight. And I was like, shit, yeah.
Sign me up.
All right. So when it was time
So
when it was time for me to had it out, I fucking ate like crazy. You know what? I gained 20 pounds. The gallbladder didn't make any difference whatsoever.
So what'd you binge on? What was your main go-to?
Oh man, it is a graveyard flavor now.
Okay.
But oatmeal cookie crunch Ben and Jerry's. It's the best ice cream I have ever had in my life. It is so, oh my God, it was so good. The first time I tried it, because oatmeal raisin cookies are my favorite. So whenever I saw that ice cream, I bought it, limited batch, around the edge.
Yeah.
Ate it. I was like, holy shit, this is good. I bought pint after pint after pint. It is
Pints on pints.
Oh, it is the best flavor they have ever had. And suddenly it went away.
Okay, can we pause for just a moment?
Uh-huh.
Madmen has a request for all our listeners. Mm-hmm. This is a serious request. If you could, please tweet Ben and Jerry's and ask them to bring back the oatmeal crunch.
Preempt you here.
Oh.
They got so many requests to bring it back and make it a standard flavor. And they were going to do that, but the manufacturer that they got the oatmeal chunks from changed the recipe, and they were not as good. And they said, the quality of this is now subpar, and we can't do that to our consumers.
Hey, well, good on them though. Yep. Good on B&J.
So now it is in the large graveyard of flavors for Ben and Jerry's.
What else is in there? Anything good?
Nothing I remember.
Is fish food still a thing?
Fish food's still a thing.
What that surprises me.
Fish food is probably my second favorite. I
Oh,
do
man,
I do
love
like some fish food.
Fish food is one of those where it was like, as I'm sure all our loyal listeners know, I am a Fish fan. I would go ahead and still say that I enjoy Fish's music, which to Nicole's shock and surprise, like I think the way that she views me like degraded. It's like I was shot with a de-evolution gun from the Mario Brothers
became a
movie
Goomba.
and became a Goomba. Like that's what like her reaction. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll send you some good Fish songs. Then I'm sure like if you don't like this, then you know you don't like Fish. It did not take long. She's like, no, I hate this. It's the worst. So when I was in high school, I really liked Fish. So, and I think that's shortly around the time that the Fish food came out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think that was probably my first Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and I loved it, and I still love it. I'm glad it's the thing. It's marshmallow and fudge. It's fish-shaped fudge, Tyler.
I've been so into marshmallow lately.
Oh, man,
like the last year, anything that's marshmallow, I'm all about it.
Damn it, I'm going to have to get fish food on the way home.
I can't find that low-fat, like, diet fish food anymore. That
I didn't even know they made that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound better for me.
Fish food is, oh, man. Yeah, it's my favorite flavor.
But see, ice cream is not that bad as long as you can just take out a serving and eat it.
Yeah, don't eat it out of the box. Otherwise,
that's a bad decision.
Because I will eat, like, man, if it's not my favorite, I'll eat half of the container of Ben & Jerry's. If I do like it, I'll finish off the whole thing in a single sitting.
Really? I got
oatmeal cookie chunk, no problem. I did buy 4 or 5 at a time, put them in the freezer, because every time I ate it, I was finishing the whole thing.
Dude, I remember a time in my life when fish food came out. I remember a time in my life where I could. This is when I was working at Apex with Brandon and Ian, and John Turley, Burger Bottom. I remember a time where I could, and I would do this after my shift. I would go to Walmart. I would buy a pint of fish food. I would come back to work, and I would play Ultima Online and eat that entire thing. And it was just like
Sounds like a good time.
Oh, it was amazing. And there were no consequences to that because it was just like, oh, my body just deals with this. And it's not a big deal. It's like do you remember how fucking skinny I was like when you first met me?
I have pictures. I do have pictures.
Like, I don't think that I hit even like 150 pounds until I was in college.
Because I have a picture of you you look as similar to you that you do now, but you're standing in my living room in a white shirt holding a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I know that photo. And I have what's weird to me about that photograph that you're talking about is my glasses, because they are very like dated glasses. Like looking at it, like looking at that photograph now, it's like, wow, how did anybody like let me out of the house with those fucking glasses on? Whatever. I'm sure I'll say that in 20 years.
We've been on a long road, Dave. You know, because that was 2003. Does it feel like we've been friends for 13 years?
No.
Or does it feel like we recently met through Brandon?
It doesn't feel like that either. Like I often forget that you and I met through Brandon.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think that's just because we've been friends for so long. But I feel
we are now closer than either of us are to Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
love Brandon. But we spend way more time with each other.
Sure. Yeah. I feel close to you, and I think because of that, I think more about the now than I do about the past.
Yeah. That's how Jacob was whenever he introduced me to Ramon. Because he and Ramon were tight, he introduced me to him. Ramon and I became tighter than he and Ramon. He did not like that very much.
Well, that's regular. I feel like that's regular, like college.
Yeah.
That's like college stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that is something I think that we all grow out of.
Yeah.
Because at this point in my life, I honestly do not give a shit about like if my friends like somebody else more than me. I don't like, it's just like that person is my friend. I don't need to be compared to other relationships. It's like, that's not a big deal. But it used to be.
It used to be.
Like in high school and like college, I feel like that was for some reason because
important.
It's because we didn't have anything to fucking do.
To quote Family Guy, that musical, high school, because these problems matter.
Well, that was a nice little weird rabbit hole we went down. I like that.
But the last time I had a bad stomach experience was when I got that Indian food from the Tandoori restaurant in Clarksville, Tennessee. And the chef challenged me,
You
see if you
mentioned
could
that,
eat that.
yeah.
I could only eat so much at a time.
Right.
And that was like guaranteed like hot asshole ring burning diarrhea. It was good. I didn't stop till it was all done, but it took me a week to eat that whole serving of Indian food.
Okay, question for you, which you may know because you're a chef. What I mean, like, is there a correlation between spicy food and loose bowels? Like, I mean, because I always hear that, the jokes, like when I eat spicy things at work, like someone will say, "Oh man, you're gonna be shitting yourself later." And it's like that doesn't happen.
I don't think it's necessarily spicy, but it's food that's unfamiliar.
I got you.
Because here's a weird anecdote. In the 2016, so 2012 Olympics, Usain Bolt ate in China exclusively. I think 2012 was China, right? Mm-hmm. Exclusively ate chicken McNuggets from McDonald's.
Go ahead and wipe off the 2012 China Olympics goof off of the whiteboard.
He only ate McNuggets
chicken
because
McNuggets?
that's what he was used to. He knew if he tried anything else, he would get diarrhea or stomach aches and not perform as well. So chicken McNuggets are not the optimal fuel for an athlete, but it was food his body would not reject because he was used to them from Jamaica. So I think like most people just aren't used to like you think of spicy food for an American, you think of first Mexican food.
Right, which is not. It's very rare that I have a Mexican dish where I'm like, this is very spicy.
Yeah, it's true because we're used to like high heat now. But I think when we first started eating Mexican food, we weren't used to it, so we get diarrhea. Now we don't. But Indian food, nothing is around here, so it's unfamiliar to us. Our body's like, oh, okay, so it doesn't handle it.
Okay,
as well.
turn this into water.
Yep.
What do we do?
We don't need nutrients. Send it through.
Let's ask
Send
the
it
brain.
through.
Just fucking turn it to water.
So yeah, I think that is what mostly is. And that the last bad experience I had was that because it was like, man, it was barely too hot for me. That's why I had to break it down. But it was good, so good. He did the chef at Tandoor in Clarksville, Tennessee, did a very good job.
Hats off.
Yeah.
So before we go to the next call,
Cashmere in Louisville, Kentucky, though, that's the best Indian food I've ever had.
I like cashmere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I've eaten at several places in D.C., in Louisville, in Nashville, in Clarksville. Out of every Indian restaurant I've ever eaten in, Cashmere in Louisville, Kentucky, that's the best.
And they will make it spicy.
Oh, yeah.
They will. Before we get off of Ryan's call, I do want to reiterate how goddamn sexy he sounded. Mm-hmm. That's a good sounding man right there.
It's true.
Call us more, please. Here is a text message from 520 who says, "How's the waifus?" Seriously, Tadpog, no earthbound joke about my town, Tucson. Tucson.
Nice.
Anyway, love ya, bloody-handed otaku of Ziggy Moons, Mike H. The waifus they're rigid. They stand by themselves now. My 50-year-old wife refuses to wash it. So that's how it is now. Just kidding about the 50-year-old wife. I love you, sweetheart. But come on.
Just kidding, she's 50. Just kidding, she's 40. Just kidding, she's 70. Just kidding.
Come on.
Kristen Wiig characters. Just kidding. It's fine. Just kidding.
You have a few old-fashioned ways, and that's one of the things that I love about you.
Oh, her taste in candy? Yeah.
We've talked about that on the show before. She does it's weird because she does love chocolate and everything chocolate, but then outside of that realm of chocolate, it's the weirdest shit that you would expect your grandparents to give you, where it's they just try to pass it off as candy. Like the circus peanut. She likes the circus peanut, and that's not candy.
Do you like this dish sponge? Yeah, I love this dish sponge.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know. She's into that kind of stuff. It's fine. I love her. It's not a big deal. Candy corn. I like candy corn. She makes a good little mix: candy corn, peanuts,
the Snickers
and
mix?
M&Ms. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I've often mentioned before, why don't we just buy Snickers instead of mixing this all together to taste like Snickers? That's beside the point.
It's a life hack. It's a life hack that way.
But I'm pretty sure it'd be cheaper if we just bought some Snickers, honey.
We're gaming the system.
All right, okay.
We're gaming them.
All right. I'm fine living like we're Depression era. It's no big deal.
I wish I knew who makes Snickers.
The Snickers folks.
Snickers.
The Snickers, Mr. Snickers.
Snickers. It's a New York Knickerbockers. Snickers.
You're just drunk enough for me to tell you need to stop that joke.
Yeah, that could get racist real quick.
That could get unintentionally
that word
racist.
sounds real weird.
Yeah. All right, so here is a voicemail. This is also from, I believe, our bloody-handed friend.
Tyler, my 520.
Sup, dog?
Tucson. You need to go to the drive-thru now with your waifu pillows, like you said you would do in the Kanawa Shoujo episode. That is all. Bye.
Well, you did that.
Go through the drive-through where?
You went to the drive-thru with your waifu pillow. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And that weird guy from Wendy's.
That weird woman. You have surgery recently? No.
No.
That's weird.
I think now you should take your waifu to go see Santa Claus in a tank top.
Just walk in the liquor store. What do you want?
My God. I just realized what we should do instead of going to the Sears photography studio. We should go see Santa Claus when he's at the mall. Get our photographs taken on his lap with our waifu pillows. We're in our Madmen suits, drinking champagne.
I want one where, like, I'm on one leg.
Yeah.
He has the waifu pillow in the other, and I'm looking at him very angrily.
This would have been a great photograph, everybody, but Santa Claus refused to take his dick out. Oh my God. Let's see. Here's another text message. Man, we got blown up.
Good.
By Mike H. He says, "Hey Tadpog, if you could make a video game movie that didn't suck, what video game would you turn into a movie?" And he says, "I would make a Metroid movie."
Metroid, we've talked about this. Metroid is survival horror.
Yeah.
So good.
Metroid could work in the same way like Alien worked, I think. Yeah.
Yep. My first thought was Earthbound, but no, I don't think Earthbound would translate as well. If I would pick one of my favorite games that would become a good cinematic experience, it's Chrono Trigger.
You think so? Because I was kind of thinking about it too. I think it would be hard to take any like 40-hour RPG and make it into a movie. Yeah. Like I'd almost rather see it like done Netflix style, where it's like, here's 10 or 12 episodes, 1 hour episodes.
So maybe Suikoden then. Okay. An RPG that's a little shorter. Like Suikoden 1 is a 20-hour RPG. So Suikoden could make a good one where it's just the hero rising to overthrow the empire. So okay, Suikoden. I think that Earthbound could still work if it were animated. Yeah, or claymation. I'd be down with an Earthbound claymation. Yeah, and that like digital claymation style. Yeah. Man, that's a good question. I feel like Tyler's got a lot of good ideas. I'm immediately thinking of the games that I love, like Final Fantasy VI. I don't want to see that as a movie. I think Square has a really weird. It would be hard to cast Sabin and him not look ridiculous. Unless we go back in time and get Jean-Claude Van Damme. Because I do feel like that would like 90s JCV. Like I think it's that or GTFO. I see Dolph Lundgren too, but he might be a little too tall. Like I see Sabin as a smaller guy. We're just going to have to ask them both to suplex a train and see which one does, see which one does better. So I think any Final Fantasy is out, even though that's my go-to. Mm-hmm. So then I immediately... I feel like if a Final Fantasy had to be made into the movie, Final Fantasy 2/4, I think is the most cinematic. Because it has that kind of climaxing storyline. And everybody in that game, all the characters in that game have a role. You know, it's like, this is what they do. This is their character. You can't really deviate from that. Did you finish the After Years? I didn't finish the After Years. They didn't really grab me, to be honest with you. I played through the first one, and I was like, okay. I mean, also, I have to be honest with you, they were very expensive. Yeah, that's true.
And I was buying them through Nintendo because I had read that the Steam version didn't have everything, and that there was something weird about, I think, the another version. I can't remember where it was available. Oh, the iPad version. I heard the Steam version and the iPad version were missing content. So I was like, fine, I'll go through Nintendo, but they were like, I think $10 a pop.
Yeah, I remember because I paid for all of them a la carte exclusively. I remember way back in the day when we were talking about this, I said something happens in the after years that I used to write fan fiction about because I wanted it to happen so badly.
Well, share it because I'm not going to finish the after years.
It is when Cain goes to the mountain by himself and takes his own test against himself. And afterward,
just like Cecil did?
Just like Cecil did, and becomes a holy dragoon afterward. So he's like the white clad dragoon. He has white magic. He's better. Like, I remember I came up with that storyline first when I was in middle school.
Oh,
that's what I wanted him to do. And then whenever he did it in the after years,
so that
I marked out
happens.
so fucking hard. I loved it so much.
I didn't know that they would be able to make Cain more appealing to you.
Oh man, Cain is one of my favorite.
I know this about you.
RPG characters, period. Like if I had a son like Cain with a K, that's on the top 5 list for names. Cain
with a K.
Yeah.
My answer that I've come up with is River City Ransom. I'd like to see River City Ransom. This is very important.
Oh man.
River City Ransom has to be a Korean-made movie. Give me a Korean-made River City Ransom, and I am 100% on board. That would be an amazing movie.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing movie.
Because I'm imagining River City Ransom that looks like Grease, but it's rated R and it's very violent.
Yeah, no, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I want to see all the different gangs, which is honestly why I want it to be Korean. And I want to see all the different, I want to see the school. Like, it would have to be over the top. Someone would have to say barf. Like this would be a great movie.
You've seen Korean Old Boy.
Yes.
Right? Have you seen Sympathy for Lady Vengeance?
I haven't.
That's also very good. I know it's part of a trilogy. I don't think I've seen the complete trilogy, but I know
Like
I've
the
seen
Devil
Old
trilogy
Boy
or something like
yeah,
that?
and Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, I need to watch again since I have a child. Because when I saw it before, I did not. But now that I do, I think the movie will be different for me.
Like, you think she'd enjoy? You think Kenna would enjoy it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I need to show it to Kenna. I need to be like, look, if someone hurts you, this is what I'll do to them.
Well, the reason that I specifically said it had to be Korean is because a lot of the Korean action movies, and even honestly, like some of the darker dramas that I've seen they're not afraid to be violent.
Yeah.
And that's what I want in a River City Ransom movie. Like, I want goofy violence, but I want the violence to be like, I want that to be visceral.
Because there's a scene in Daredevil Season 1 on Netflix where Daredevil fights through a hallway of
I've heard of this
enemies.
scene, right.
And it is absolutely like the director had to be making it an homage to Old Boy because there's in Old Boy, the guy is kidnapped, held in a room for many, many years, and he trains himself to fight based on what he sees on TV.
Right.
And then when he gets out, he has to test it to get out, and he does it through a hallway where he fights a dozen plus men on his way through. And you just see at the end, he is so physically exhausted. Just like in Daredevil, you see Daredevil get to the end of the hallway and he's just fucking spent.
And then Daredevil says, barf!
Barf! And I know that like they were exhausted in that movie or in the Netflix show because they had to reshoot that scene so many times. Toward the end, the actor was physically like, oh fuck, I am done. So it conveyed really well that like Daredevil, yeah, he's a superhero.
Right.
But he's still just basically...
He's street level.
He's a man. Yeah.
he's a street level superhero.
Yeah.
I like it. Just like, honestly, as much as I liked... This is a tangent. As much as I liked Black Panther in the latest... Captain America
Civil
movie.
War.
Thank you. I wanted to say Avengers, and because it felt like an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But like every time the Avengers popped up in my brain was like, it's not Avengers, dummy. Yes, in Civil War, I liked Black Panther and Civil War. Black Panther, I really liked some of the Black Panther comics of like the like around the 2008 area. But Black Panther, what I like about Black Panther is like he is street level, and I like that. But in Civil War, he felt very heroic, and I don't mean like he felt very super heroic.
Yeah, because he's just a skilled fighter who is augmented by vibranium because
Right, like vibranium
Wakanda has
claws
vibranium as their
That's
natural
their
resource.
thing,
Yeah.
right? So I like that angle. I mean, it wasn't crazy over the top in the movie, but I mean, it was to the point where it's like, well, I mean, it kind of is like, I like Black Panther stories where he's written street level, where it's like he's like vigilante style, cleaning up his country. I like that a lot better.
As I've gotten older, that is what I appreciate more in comics and movies, and I guess the dose of a little bit more realism. I love Avengers. I love Thor. I love all that. I love the D&D gods.
Right.
But there's something that's very appealing about, like, they're only a little bit better than you.
Right, it's relatable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I like is like these relatable characters, where it's like not so much where I stand back and I'm like, I could do that if I worked a little harder.
Yep.
But I mean, it's like the stories, like the street justice, like I can relate to that a lot more than I can a megalomaniac who wants to trap everybody inside a computer.
I'm sorry, but I've got to pee so bad.
All right, we'll take a pee.
So badly.
We'll take a pee break. I'm recording your tinkles.
Yeah, do it. Okay, now that I'm back,
Tyler.
you recorded that.
You're back. I did record that
I remember a middle school anecdote.
about peeing.
Yep.
Can I, before you go launching the antidote, I need the antidote,
The anecdote.
To the venom that is your pee-pee.
Have you seen the previews for this where Deadpool gets the Venom symbiote comic that's coming up?
They're doing another one?
Yeah.
Okay, no,
They're doing one that where it's a little more balanced between Deadpool and Venom, and not like where Venom drives him insane.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Relatively put.
Are they doing it in the canon universe, or are they doing it, is it going to be like the last time they did it, where it's like, this is for goofs?
I'm not sure. I just read about it today, and
Okay.
I was excited about it.
If you want to read the previous miniseries, I'll loan it to you. It's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you give me the antidote to your PP, this is super important because
Okay.
I literally just got this email while you were PPing. It's from Mike H, and it's a tracking number for the waifus. Let's see. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. He says, unfortunately, still waiting on the waifus to come in, but I think you will get a kick out of what I did find. Tracking shipment. All right. While I track this, please, what were you think? What was your anecdote?
I remember being in middle school in my typing class, and a friend of mine named Will was like, "Hey man, what's the longest you've ever peed for?" And I was like, "I don't know, 5 minutes." And when I said that, I saw true anger flash across his face, like, bullshit, you haven't peed for
he thought
5
you were
minutes
lying.
straight. Because like
Which,
he thought
of
like
course you were mistaken.
I peed for a long time, and then I said a number higher than what he has peed for, and it made him very mad.
Likely way higher. That is
Yeah.
a very, very, very long time.
There's no way I peed for 5 minutes straight.
Right.
But I bet like 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Like Tom Hanks
2
style. Like,
minutes?
peed straight. Like if I really have to pee, I bet I've hit just barely the 2 minutes.
I love you, but you're no Tom Hanks. You're
That's
like
true.
that man.
No,
that,
that's true.
That man can pee. I just heard your pee, and that is like that can't.
Here's a weird story about also another tangent to the tangent. Blake Woods. I remember I'm in DC. Blake and his wife are driving somewhere. I'm in the back seat with Meg, and Blake asked me, "Hey man, what's your shoe size?" And I look at Meg and I raise a finger like, "Watch this." And I turn to Blake, 11. Because I know Blake's shoe size is like 10, 10 and a half.
Yeah.
I said 11. There's like a 5-second beat before he goes, "Bullshit, you were at 11. I was like, he is a competitive motherfucker, and because I said my shoe size was that much higher, he is not going to like it.
What is your shoe size?
10 and a half.
10 and a half.
Yep.
So wait, but I don't. It could have gone the other way, right?
I have fat feet.
But wait,
My feet aren't particularly long. They're thick.
Yeah.
I've got
They're girthy.
girthy feet.
Regular Girth Brooks. I'm using it again. It worked well last time. I'm using it again. So wait, that only works if you wanted to have a larger foot.
Mm-hmm.
What if you want to have a smaller foot?
Then you're a 1800s Japanese geisha. So I don't know.
Okay, I have a question. Another question. Outside of a shoe store, when you're actually buying shoes, has your shoe size ever? And also, besides middle school, when everyone was like, "Well, your dick is obviously the
Same as your shoe
size." Outside of that, has it ever mattered? Ever?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Not
Never.
once. And man, I don't know. When you said that, it reminded me something I thought about earlier at work today. And you said that it made me sort of sad. I remember in Samurai Champloo, when Jean falls in love with a prostitute.
Yes, I remember this.
It's just sad.
Oh, her story, the prostitute story.
Yeah.
It's
And then he
very
falls in
sad.
love, and he just nothing he can do about it.
It's very, very sad.
You have to buy her out, and he can't do it.
That is, yes. I like that episode a lot. It is a sad episode, but that says a lot about
That whole
Jean's
anime
character.
is so good.
It's a very, very good anime.
I feel like if we were boiled down into anime characters, we are Jean and what's his name from Samurai?
Mugen.
Mugen.
Mm-hmm.
I am Mugen, and you are Jean.
You think so?
Yeah.
Expound upon that. I want to hear what 3 LITs in Tyler would like to correlate.
You wear glasses, and I would just carry around a sword.
I was hoping that's as surface level as it had gone.
Yeah.
Mike H. Also, there's nothing more to that other than he's sent me a tracking number that is for something that is not waifus that is on the way to us.
Love it. Thank you, Mike H.
So yes, thank you very much. Let's see. Here is another call. This is from 520.
Hey, TADPOG. I noticed, Adam and Tony and all that, they always call when they're on their way to work. I tend to call when I'm at work. So, anyway, I'm re-listening to some of the alt calls because they're hilarious.
Thank you.
And I think you guys need to, Skype in Adam sometime. Because that whole, him, the KFMing his aunt, one of the ones was some fucking hysterical stuff. I almost crashed my car. I was laughing so hard. But thankfully I didn't. So, yeah, we need more Adam. Bye.
Oh, more Adam requests.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam. We need more Adam.
Yeah.
No, I know that's not Adam. I love Adam. I worry if he were to meet us in a Skype conversation, we would then lose him as a fan because he'd be like, "Oh, these guys are just weirdos."
Oh,
no, I'm good.
Oh, you mean that fear that I have to meet any listener in person ever?
Yep.
Because it's oh man, they're gonna realize that I'm just a fucking idiot with a microphone.
We got lucky with Paul Korn and Chandra Korn. So now we
not gonna press
now the odds
no
are
whammies, no
against
whammies. So thank you for calling
and Chris Edler. That's true. People who have and Micah. People who have come in.
Sam.
That's 4. Sam and Joe. That's
Right.
6. We're pressing it pretty hard.
Drew.
Yeah, we haven't met Drew in person though.
I have.
But yeah.
Dragoncon.
Oh, we didn't record with him in person.
Right.
But we've met Drew. We met Drew and Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was really, you can attest to this. I was really nervous to meet Drew because Drew was Drew, you were the first listener who was actually going to meet us. And I remember being really freaked out, not because I was worried about you, but I was worried oh my God, a listener's going to see me and then they're just not going to listen anymore. This is how we lose all of our listeners.
This?
Really?
No, I'm good.
Ugh.
No, I'm good. Dan Carlin's hardcore history. That's all I'm going to do. I'm fine. Thank you, though.
All right, go ahead and erase "thank you though" off the whiteboard. We're good now. So let's see. Here is a call from I think this is former Master of Coin again. Let's see.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Master Coin Ryan Edwards giving you a call today. Friday.
I see what you did there, and I like it. I'm not going to lie to you. When I heard the name Ryan Edwards, I was like, oh, Ryan Edwards is calling. I haven't talked to that guy in a long time.
Makes it on the air. It's right before Memorial Day weekend, so I bet this is post 4th of July.
Almost Labor Day.
I
Close.
went to Costco today with my wife, and on our way home, we're pulling into our driveway.
Oh, no. I accidentally did something to mess the phone up. That's no good.
That's okay. I need to play through Mega Man games again, Dave. I feel like I haven't played through a good Mega Man game in a while.
There was just a Humble Bundle. Did you see it? That has like Mega Man Legends in it.
Yeah, I did see that, and I thought it was pretty expensive because I do have it sitting right behind you. I'm not going to open it because it has the gold Mega Man amiibo in it, and I want to keep it sealed.
That came with all the Mega Man games?
Yep, Mega Man Legacy right there with all the Mega Man games and the gold Mega Man amiibo.
So are the games like accessible through the amiibo, or like how does that work?
I'm not sure what the amiibo adds to it. I'm sure it adds some functionality.
Just open it.
No, I can't.
What's that go for? Do you know?
A lot. Like that is that's kind of a coveted thing.
Oh, it is?
I got lucky to get that. Because I remember Peter Panda being like, oh shit, that gold Mega Man. I was like, yeah, I got it.
How'd you get it?
I made the day I saw it on our amiibo, I fucking ordered that shit immediately.
Through was this an exclusive one like through Target or something?
No, I got it through Amazon. Because I can't find the regular Mega Man, so I'm going to get that gold-ass Mega Man.
Well, I mean, there are other ways that you can play these games.
I did open the Twilight Zelda over there, so I will play through that one on Wii U.
What came with it? Like Skyward Sword or something?
It's the Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess.
The HD remake with the Midna amiibo that unlocks some things.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that came with that.
Mm-hmm. I will play through, because my goal is still play through all the Zeldas, but...
Godspeed.
Because now...
CDI?
I've beaten... Oh, yeah, not the CDI games.
Them Zeldas, though.
That's true. That is fucking true. Because now I just need to play through I need to finish Majora's Mask, so I'm hung on that because I don't want to play it. I mean, I've done a lot in it. I've got the upgraded sword. I just need to sit down and play it, but I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
So I'm hung.
I don't blame you. Look, you know how I am. You know how I feel about Zelda games. Mm-hmm. I like watching you try to get that straw. That was very cute. All right. I'm sorry, Ryan Edwards. I'm going to need to start your call over from the beginning.
The beginning.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Master Coin Ryan Edwards giving you a call today.
Got my hopes up again.
Not sure when this makes it on the air. It's right before Memorial Day
September
weekend.
31st.
So I bet this is post 4th of July.
Yep.
So I went to Costco today with my wife, and on our way home,
way to Costco?
We're pulling into our driveway, and this kid, I don't know, he's probably and I say kid, which is terrible, he's, 17, 18 range, just comes tearing ass up to our subdivision, and I just, I honk at him, he doesn't slow down, there's kids on the bikes, school's out, so they're out riding around, it's Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. So long story short, I decided to be a big man and turn around and drive up the street and talk to this young gentleman. I was very friendly and it all went well. However, I realized I've become an old man. And that's pretty depressing at 34 to say I've become an old man. I know in the past Dave has yelled at teenage punks. You guys have any other stories that you can share of that time that you realized you're becoming an old man now that you're fathers? All right, hope things are going well, guys. Talk to you later.
Every damn day for me, honestly.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, man?
Living here at this new house, my next door neighbor has 2 children.
And an airplane? Do you hear that?
I believe the air has been turned on.
Okay.
So if you hear that, our air conditioning has been turned on.
I don't think your air conditioning has been turned on because I am hot as shit.
I'm hot too. So yeah, we don't know what that is. But my next door neighbor, because this is a weird scale. I live on a neighborhood called Scale Road, and I have lived in so many houses on this road, and my grandmother lives on this road. So my parents have moved my catty corner to where I live now.
Yeah.
My dad by himself built the house catty corner to where I live, and there are 2 trailers beside me, beside a very large church, in which my parents have each lived in these houses. So I've lived all over this place.
Right. You run Scale Road.
I run. Yeah, this is my hood.
This is your joint. You're the daredevil of Scale Road. I've heard it said before.
That my next door neighbor has 2 kids.
Is this the one that also has the dog?
The other side in the
other
trailer.
side, in the trailer, gotcha.
He has 2 kids. The oldest girl, she's great.
Yeah.
She is polite. She is nice. I want to say she's 13. The other, his son who is like 9 or 10. Okay, this kid, the second I saw him, I was like, oh man, this kid's a shithead.
Well, it's a classic Porum.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And because I was like, okay, this kid's a shithead. And true to, I nailed it. I fucking nailed this kid immedately because I'm outside mowing the yard and he's like, hey, go to the dollar store and buy me some trucks. No, kid. No, I'm not going to do that.
Is that, do you remember exactly what you told him?
He straight up asked me,
Yeah.
Go to the dollar store and buy me some trucks.
No, it sounded like he demanded it.
Yeah. And I said, nope, I'm mowing the yard. He said, good, mow our yard too. We need someone to mow our yard. I was like, nope, your landlord's going to do that. I'm going to mow my yard. I barely mow my own yard. I'm not going to mow yours too. So this kid is, okay, here's my old man story. I'm afraid.
Here's my old man story.
Yeah.
I killed that boy.
I killed that kid.
And I buried him next to the dog that I loved for 13 years.
I have, because the trailer next door, the trailer next door to that,
Yeah.
both of those gravel driveways.
Okay.
Kid has a bike.
Uh-huh.
Wants to ride the bike in my driveway.
Well, right, because your driveway is not
I
gravel.
have a paved driveway that looks
makes-
like a lowercase h
That makes sense.
for Holland.
Right. Where
The
your family's
closest
from.
one is the church 2 houses down, but his dad won't let him go that far. So he
the
asked
church?
me, can he ride his bike in my driveway?
Uh-huh.
So part of me is like, oh, okay, I want to be able to ride his bike. Second part is like,
That's the little asshole who wanted me to mow his yard.
if he has an accident, it's on my property.
Oh, you're
and
liable.
I might be
Yeah.
held liable.
Yeah.
That's my old man being like, get off my yard.
Right.
I don't want to be held liable for your stupid ass riding the bike. So, yeah, I had to tell him no, and now he's like an even shittier shithead.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Oh, well,
yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
that's okay. He's only here on the weekends.
I worry about my neighbors dying because they're older
Yeah.
and I like them a lot.
Yeah.
And
I'm jealous that you like your neighbors.
well, what I'm worried is gonna happen, I just hope that they live forever because they're really cool. They mind their own business. And they're just retirees.
Mm-hmm.
But if something, God forbid, if something were to happen to them, I don't even want to think about who would move in.
Think they have asshole kids that would come in and
Right.
argue about shit and
Right.
make it bad? Yeah.
Yeah, I worry about that. But, I guess that's kind of old man-ish.
Ish.
Anything that Henry does makes me feel like an old man because it's anything that he'll experience things for the first time and then I'll remember experiencing those things and that makes me feel ancient. And I'll worry about things that I never ever worried about, like school systems. That makes me feel like an old
Yeah.
man thinking about when's the best age to send my son to preschool.
Here's a weird thought I remember having as a kid. Knowing my own age, asking my mom how old she is.
Oh.
And she tells me, and I'm like, oh man, I'll never catch up.
Well, you're right. You'll never
No,
catch
I'm
up.
not. I'll never, unless I guess I get into a space shuttle or rocket around the Earth, Einstein's theory of relativity, and I become as old as she is. But still, not very likely.
In space.
Yeah.
By the time you get
Yeah.
back, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Right? That's how that works. Wipe time travel off the whiteboard, please. We know
Oh
that.
man, shit is swimmy right now. It's so swimmy.
Well, I think that speaking of being an old man, I've got Dragoncon to get to early in the morning.
Tomorrow.
And
Ooh.
I'd really like to tuck Henry in for
I
the
get
night.
that, as you should.
I might not be able to make it, but I'd like to at least try.
Uh-huh.
So let's close it out. I feel like this
Okay.
has been good.
Yeah, I agree. I've enjoyed this immensely.
Well, Ryan, thanks for calling, and we'll get to. Oh, hold on. Shit. Can we take one more call?
Yep.
And this is why I say it. This is a number I do not recognize. It's a 562 area code.
Ooh.
I see the word terrified in it, and I also see my name is Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, all of these things are like.
I love a good terrified Michelle.
Right. No, I know that about you, so I didn't want to end the show without a terrified Michelle.
My Pornhub searches are just terrified Michelle.
Your search histories are very. Whoa. All right, here we go. Let's see what's up. 562.
Hi, fucking TADPOG. My name is Michelle. I'm from California, and my wife's name is Janie, and she loves the show because she plays old games, new games, all the games, whatever. And now I'm hooked to the show, but I'm having a bad day, so I'm drunk, so I'm calling you. And I have to say, I love you guys, even when I'm sober. And I also have to say that I just recently listened to the episode where you played the X-Men game for the Sega Genesis. I think it was X-Men 2 or something, because the first one you watched with that cousin that you're not sure if he's your cousin. Was watching you, and he let you play that game, and it was really bad for you. You guys rented it. Hold on. And I have to say that when I watched, when I listened, that every time, because you talk about dick so much, when you talk about...
Hold on, I want to hear what she's saying. I need to laugh.
Thank you for that, terrified Michelle.
Yeah. I'm going to have to replay this from the beginning to see what Google...
Automatic title, terrified Michelle.
As soon as I started, I was like, well, she doesn't sound terrified. I don't know what Google translated to terrified. All right, sorry. Yes, we talk about dicks.
Yeah, but dick, I automatically think of his penis. And when you talk about that room, that secret X-Men room that I can't remember what it's called, I think of the no-no hole. And my wife asked me to ask you a question. What can I ask?
I don't know. So you're supposed to keep it under 3 minutes and ask you a question. Ask on your time.
Under 3 minutes and ask you a question.
You made it.
What is your favorite Xbox 360 game? It's the only console I've really, really played on because I wasn't allowed to play video games when I was a youngster, so tell me that. Say thanks, love you guys, and we'll be your Patreons when we have money. Okay, bye.
What was the last part? Did you catch that?
She'll kick into our Patreon when she has money.
Oh, well, sweet. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cherry on top.
Thank you, terrified Michelle.
This has been a great call, terrified Michelle. I have loved this call. I have an answer.
It's rare we get a female caller. It's pretty rare.
We both perked up because yes, we're just
girl voice.
Well, these male voices wash over us constantly, and I love them. But it is like, wow, this is different. I forgot that. Honestly, I'm just excited.
Oh yeah, we're straight mostly.
Yeah,
mostly.
So thank you, terrified Michelle. I have an answer ready. It's in the holster. Pulling it out. Bomberman. The Xbox Live Bomberman. Not the shitty like first-person shooter reboot that they did. The Xbox Live Arcade version of Bomberman. Mm-hmm. That was the best game on the Xbox 360. It was. That, tied maybe for Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Which... I hear is no longer playable because of licensing problems.
Oh, damn.
So I could be completely talking out of my ass because I just heard this on another show, which I would give credit if I could remember what show it was. But yes, as far as I know, that's been removed from the marketplace, and I think the only way you can play it is if you already have it downloaded.
Wish I did, but that lightning struck my Xbox 360 in Jacob's possession. That shit is gone.
I remember what show it was now. I think it was Laser Time because they stream, and I remember them saying that they got a takedown notice for for putting that video on
Oh
YouTube.
man,
Like that's how far like they're serious about protecting this license.
they made a movie, so yeah.
And I don't know if it was. They were saying that it was the music, but all that music was Anamanaguchi.
It's Anamanaguchi, yeah.
And like
I don't see them
a lot
caring.
a lot of their stuff is like on Free
God,
Music
I love
Archive.
Anamanaguchi.
Yes, I
They're
know.
so fucking
very,
good.
very good. Is it a
Oh,
group? Do you
man.
know, or is it a one-person thing?
No idea.
I don't
but
know.
It's
either.
fucking good.
But it is good. I'll have a link in the show notes.
My favorite Xbox 360 game. Okay, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now that you said that, okay. Other than that, the original Mass Effect. Because I played the Mass Effect trilogy. That's basically why I owned an Xbox. It's for the original trilogy.
Are you excited for the new Mass Effect game?
No,
Not at all.
I'll play it. I'm not excited about it.
Yeah.
Because Mass Effect 3, like, I'm not as pissy about the ending as most other people. I hate that I had to make a gold account to play online multiplayer to get the good ending, quote unquote. But other than that, like, I mean, I'll play it, but I'm not just like, oh yeah, more Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1 through 3, it was a good, cohesive story.
I played 2 and I liked it.
Mass Effect 2 is like, man, that is a very good action first-person shooter RPG. Like, it is nearly perfect. I think Mass Effect 2 is an amazing game.
Yeah.
I love Mass
I liked
Effect
it
1
a lot.
except for the rover parts where you're the... I know you didn't have it in Mass Effect 2 because I took it out because I imagine they got a lot of shit about it. But that was the part about Mass Effect 1 I did not enjoy. Everything else about Mass Effect 1 thoroughly enjoyed.
What were the rover parts?
There's like this Mars rover type vehicle that you have, and you have to explore and drive around these planets to find like missions and things like that.
I see.
And it is like Skyrim horse physics, to where it's just like gravity doesn't matter, hills don't matter. Like it's bad. It's bad.
I gotcha. Have you thought about picking up No Man's Sky? Talking about like going around space and stuff?
I'm not interested.
I'm interested. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, like I mean, a walking simulator. Okay, I bought Firewatch. I mean, I appreciate it, but like looking at it, I'll wait till it's on like a deep sale before I'm invested. I don't have any intention of buying it soon.
I can't tell you how much I want to pick up King of Fighters 14. And that's like a really weird statement for me to make because I'm not a huge fan of that series. Yeah. But like Street Fighter 5, like
so bad,
fucking was like such a huge disappointment to me. And then this game comes out and they're like, "Oh, there's 50 fighters, no big deal." It's like fucking 50 fighters.
Oh, that's
like Street Fighter 5 had 2.
That's a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shit. Like that's good.
So it has taken me everything like every fiber of my being to not buy that at full retail.
Yeah, man, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast are like, man, they are on similar levels for me. They're so good.
I'm going Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah,
between those two. Then I know that sounds crazy, but
it's still good. Like I have played more on the Dreamcast. Like I remember going to Jacob's dad's house in high school and like playing fucking hours of that. Like
it's a good game.
Trying to be perfect with Venom and trying to like, no, Omega Red, that's cool. Let me be Omega Red. God, he's not very good.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try anyway.
I remember him being good in
Mango Sentinel.
Mango Sentinel. Got the New York Knicks. I have a link to that in the show notes if you don't know what I'm talking about, which you probably do. You're cool internet people. I always felt like Omega Red was really good in X-Men versus Street Fighter, but maybe that's just my middle school brain telling me that because I remembered him from the comics, and I thought that he was
badass in the comics,
terrifying in the comics. Yeah. Okay. Now we should probably wrap it up.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. You want the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. So to miss the next episode, I guess we'll be doing Shadowrun Part 1.
No, because I'll just be getting back from Dragoncon.
Other shit Monday.
We talked about doing Reigns, but I don't know if you're still on board for that.
I'm on board for that.
Okay,
that sounds good. So Reigns for Steam.
Yeah, Steam.
It looks really good.
And I don't want to spoil anything.
We're the Master Cube butt. Paul Korn turned us onto that game.
Absolutely.
So very excited about that.
Yeah.
So we're doing Reigns and then Shadowrun.
I'm sorry to make you wait for Shadowrun even longer. We have really got to blow the doors off the Shadowrun.
I hope it better be good. After we do all the Shadowrun games, like we do Hong Kong, we do Boston Lockdown, then I would not mind going back like we did Little Fears and me running a Shadowrun mod.
Let's fucking
for
do. We don't have
everybody.
to play all the other games before we do that.
It's true.
I mean, I'm down to play that whenever.
Other Shit Monday series could be Shadowrun.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm down for that. I think that's a
I
great
bought,
idea.
after you talked about it and I played the original games, I went out and I bought all the most recent editions of
The
Shadowrun.
5th edition.
Yeah. So good. I mean, oh God, there's so many rules. It is like, man, it is intensive. It is going to take me it will take me study for us to do all those games first before I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
But I want to do that.
You'll have that done in a week, right? I'm looking at this enormous stack of books. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have all my non-D&D books still stacked up right here in my room. All the D20 Modern books, Shadowrun, Call of Cthulhu, D20 Modern, and for some reason, the 5th edition Monster Manual. But thanks for listening, everybody. And for that show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. So I missed the next episode. What did we just say? Rains.
We just, you're on it.
I'm,
You're cool.
I'm struggling a little bit.
Your glass is
It's
almost empty. I get
this
it.
is 2 jumbo LITs, and I have not eaten anything besides one unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tart all day long.
Michelle wasn't terrified. It threw you off. I get it.
So let's see. Hey, we have a lot of shit where you can review us. We appreciate all those reviews. So if you want to give us a 5-star review, you go to iTunes, TADPOG, give us a 5-star written review.
Please.
You go to Amazon,
type
in TADPOG, you get that shirt.
The shirt will show up.
You can order that shirt. You can give us a 5-star Amazon review.
Yes.
You can give reviews on Stitcher, so I hear.
I don't know.
I've never actually been to Stitcher, but
I have.
here's the thing.
When we set it up, I went to it.
Because Jorge told me, like, you guys on Stitcher? Allegedly. So, yeah, you can do that on Stitcher.
I could have confirmed that 3 years ago.
I think Lord Mike of Purdue has left us reviews on Stitcher, and he's like,
thank you.
So thank you, Lord Mike, on
we
that penny
appreciate
train.
it.
But we're also on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Yeah.
So if there's a game you want us to play, a guest host you want for a certain episode, or a Patreon request, just get in contact with us.
Yes.
And we promise we will get to that eventually. God, I'm trying to get my shit together.
I know.
It's hard.
I know. It's really cool to watch you try.
Because there's like 4 of you right now. It's pretty hard.
Well, I finally got that superpower I wanted always.
It's like I'm in an oasis and you're right there. I'm like, oh, it's Dave.
I'm a mirage. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about Reigns. In the meantime, you can always find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/TADPOG. Lots of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. We're doing our best to try to publish more content on there. So check it out if you haven't yet. And if you haven't liked us on there, we really would appreciate it if you would. Toss us a like. You can also find us on Twitter. I like that Foley work. You can find us on Twitter at @TADPOG_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Big thanks to everybody on there who retweets us. We have mentioned Patreon earlier in this episode, but I'd like to reiterate, hey, did you like this? I did. I actually think this is a pretty strong episode.
Yeah.
I had fun. If you also enjoyed this.
I think I had fun.
And you did, trust me. And would like to kick in, you can donate to us on Patreon. We're at patreon.com/TADPOG. I'd like to take a moment to thank Douglas from Better Made, who recently upped his pledge. Also, I want to apologize for, on our last episode, not thanking Patreon donors. The reason that didn't happen is because we recorded Monday and Wednesday show on the same night, so I didn't have people to thank at that time. I also want to thank Micah Purdue for editing his pledge. He's just upped it. He is getting up there, honestly.
Yeah.
So, Micah, thank you very much for your donation. It's impressive. It's better than a good size. It's impressive.
It's girthy. A girthy donation.
He's donated. I want to thank Phil Hawkins for upping his pledge. Also, he's kind of getting up there too. So these aren't like,
because Bulbasaur encourages him to do things with us because we help his public speaking skills.
yeah. Well, let's keep going with that. I like that. We're like a college.
That was not an easy series of words for me to get out.
and it's hilarious.
Public speaking skills.
Yes, I like that. That's what you struggled on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we help him with our public speaking.
Bulbasaur feels. Who it's Spinny.
All right, let's close it down.
All right. If you want to send us anything, I know we're waiting on something for Paul Kluhl and some waifu pillows from
From Mike.
Mike H.
Yes.
So if you want to send us anything,
Yes.
join on this gift train for good intros and Patreon goals.
Yes.
Send anything to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785. It's a lot of blur. Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We also have an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. I've been putting shit up there. Pictures of us, pictures of Pokemon, pictures of you guys at Galloping Ghost and the Arcade Expo. That's up there.
We have a Twitch channel. I haven't done much on it recently. But
I posted a picture of me in black and white
Yeah.
that was taken of me while we record.
Yeah, I've
There's a
seen
picture
that.
of you also taken.
Yes.
Are you okay with me posting that?
I mean, you're asking me, so probably no.
Okay. It's a good picture.
Oh, okay, then yeah. If it's a
But
good picture,
if you
yeah.
haven't posted it on your own social media, I don't want to do it for you.
Oh, I don't have access to it. That's probably why I wouldn't
okay.
have. Yeah, go for it. If it's a good picture, yeah.
It's a good picture.
But I figured since you were asking, it was bad.
No, it's a very good picture.
Yeah, go. Yeah, do it.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody wants to see what I look like, you could go to Twitch and see me there.
That's true.
There's like lots of bad angles and bad, like horrible, like
Hamburger
faces that I make.
eatings.
No, those are all good.
Hamburger eating.
I've eaten a hamburger on stream. I have eaten an Egg McMuffin on stream. So I'm just gonna keep it on rolling.
Got a TADPOG notification. Let's see. Got a lot of TADPOG requests here. I can barely read them. Shit.
Yeah.
It's not as entertaining as I thought it was, so never mind.
No, you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. That was very entertaining. Let's do it. Let's close it out.
How do you want to or our theme song is Moose. Let's take a more drive.
Wings
Link
of
right.
Might,
Track and
John,
TADPOG.com. How do you want to close this out, Dave?
Well, who is a famous LIT imbiber?
Anyone from the Jersey Shore?
All right.
Maybe.
All right.
Never seen this show.
No, me neither. So that sounds perfect.
Here's someone I haven't talked about in a very long time.
All right.
Jess
Jesus.
Jess,
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Jess Dockery of Silk Street Post.
Yes.
She got one DCMA takedown letter that shut off her internet because she downloaded one episode of The Jersey Shore.
Could I tell you the takedown that I got? The email that I got?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've told you this in the past. And I've saved it in my Comcast inbox. And I wear it as a badge of pride. Come pie cuties 8.
You have not told me that. That's awesome. I've gotten one as well.
There's an addendum. There's a date on it. It is Thanksgiving.
I can't go buy cuties on my pumpkin pie day.
Oh, man, I just ate a whole bunch of turkey. Oh, what am I going to do?
Oh, time to jerk it and fall
Guess I'm gonna-
asleep.
yeah.
I've gotten one as well, and that is for downloading a random ass episode of Naruto Shippuden.
Interesting.
I recently watched because Naruto ended, and the creator has done a short series about Boruto, who is his son.
Which is Borat, essentially.
Borat.
Doing
Boruto, the Naruto movie, I watched the other day.
This
it's
is
actually really
kunai.
fucking good. It's really fucking
yeah?
good. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So how you want to close this out? What was I saying? What was I doing?
We were trying to figure out how we were going to close it out.
Yeah.
And then you suggested Jersey Shore, which is great because neither of us have ever seen any of
That's
it.
true. I've not seen a single episode of that show.
I haven't either.
All right,
let's do it.
All right. So until next time. Hey,
I went there.
We're going to Sopranos. Hey.
Oh, I was doing Andrew Dice Clay.
Tony Soprano, Andrew Dice Clay, same person.
Hickory dickory dock. The show's over.
Because I sent Miller a message. We haven't spoken all that much, but hey, I love you. We should do something soon. I may also be tipsy. Love you too, my sir. I'm in for whatever. Just summer been busy, and good for you getting drunk on a Wednesday, bro.